Hello and welcome to This Xbox Life, episode 462, Return of the Rant. I am Mark, aka Wingman709, and right there below me is my best buddy, Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello.
That's our whole Brady Bunch reference he was doing earlier today. So, sorry for the technical whole issues. In short, it is Windows' fault. I got a couple weeks ago. I got the Windows 10 Creators Edition update, and it messed up all my audio. And I had corrected it on the Windows side, but OBS had reset because nothing matched. And my hosting tonight because runs out, and we had to go back in and reset those. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you to Gib8777 for hopping on and letting me know that was probably the problem. It's exactly what it was. You are a savior. So thank you. We appreciate that. And for those that don't know, Ryan is one of the hosts over at Horrible Gamers Podcast, so be sure to check them out as well. All right. And yes, Dan, we're going to blame Brun for this because he wasn't here, and that's why it wasn't smooth sailing. So, anyways, Rob, you did say hi, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. Oh, you can catch us every night. Every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, when things work correctly. So let's just jump into it. Rob, what have you been playing this week?
A whole lot of Skyforce Reloaded. This is the follow-up to, I guess, a sequel of a sequel of a sequel of a sequel or something like that. They had Skyforce Anniversary, I don't know, about within the last year sometime. This is a game that I picked up just kind of on a whim. It was on sale. And it's one of those aerial scrolling shooters, kind of like the old school 1942 game. There's a whole bunch of others from the old Amiga days. Do you remember those, Mark? Like,
Oh, yeah.
back in the day, this is a very popular type of game. So I picked up the newest version, Skyforce Reloaded, and just having a lot of fun with it. It definitely gets me stuck into the just one more. You know what I'm saying? You go through a level, and they don't last very long. The levels are usually like less than 5 minutes, probably. And then you die. Usually you die somewhere within those 5 minutes of a typical level. Once in a while, you make it all the way through to the end. But yeah, the game's really got me hooked. And there's like a level up system in this game, which is pretty cool. That's a big departure from the old games of the Amiga days and PC days from yore. But as you're going through levels, you level up different aspects of your aircraft, whether it's your main cannon, there's wing cannons, there's missiles, there's these laser things, there's a shield, and there was something else that I forgot. I'm not sure I left out here, but anyway, there's like a whole bunch of things that you can level up. So you earn, you basically at every level you have a certain amount of resources that you can use to purchase the different upgrades. And so you kind of have to decide which are you going to get. And then as you're playing the game, you can pick up cards and ship pieces because it looks like you can get additional spaceships, and you can get these power-up cards that last for about 15 minutes or so. Like I got one the other day that gave me like maximum fire rate for like the next 15 minutes. And it's really interesting. It's a very simple game. It was pretty cheap. I think it was $10 only. And for the money, it's a fantastic deal. A lot of fun. And the way things are going, it'll probably be on sale for about $5 within the next 2 weeks or so, because I think we're about due for one of those holiday sales, aren't we?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm hoping
yeah.
they have one like Christmas Day. So I can
Yeah,
spend some. I'm hoping my kids give me some Xbox gift cards. I guess that's the
that's
most
all you
important
want.
part. I need those.
Forget the ties, forget the shaving cream, the shavers, all that stuff. Xbox gift cards.
That's
That's
right.
all. That's all an Xbox dad wants to have. But yeah, I've been playing a ton of that game. It's really fun, enjoying it a lot. I've got a lot of other stuff that I haven't even touched because I wound up picking up Battlefront 2, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Hand of Fate 2. And I have not even booted them. Just every time I sit down, I just play. Skyforce Reloaded. So,
Wow.
but that's about it for me.
That's it, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then for me, I played some Battlefront 2. Um, yeah, I mainly log in every day just to get the stupid 5 little credits, so that I can, uh, you know, I don't even know why, but the measly
Oh, you
five
mean you're
credits,
gambling?
my measly 5 credits for checking in every day. That it'll take me 1,800 years to get enough credits to unlock a character that I can't play anyways in the game, because then you got to get battle points in the game to get to the point where you can play as those characters. So yeah, I don't even know why I'm bothering. I do have fun in the game though when I do play. I also played. I've been doing this Lies of Astaroth. It's like a card game, I guess. So I've been playing that every day, trying to figure it out. It's complicated, but there's so many facets to it that it's just, whew, it's complicated. Trying to figure it out. I did play some Fortnite. I did the Battle Royale 50 versus 50, and I got to give a big shout out to Papa Wolfie. He was the guy I couldn't remember last week for some reason. I totally blanked on his name, but played with him again, and oh, great. Now who else did I? Penpoint Red and Jesus Walks a Lot. We played that the other night. We did the 50 versus 50. Um, it doesn't play like it showed in the trailer. It looked really cool at the awards show when they really showed the new game mode, but it doesn't play quite like that. But um, the Fortnite Battle Royale is a blast to play. So we did play some squads, and it's a lot of fun. Been playing a lot of Forza 7. Got, I think, my car rank collector cars up to rank 7. I'm like 32, 33 is my level of my driver. Um, and just working on that, playing a little bit every day. That's not a game I can sit down and play for long stretches of time. I just get bored with it,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
But I can do a race or two, and then I move on to something else. Also played Rainbow Six Siege. Got back into that. They released their final content for season 2, and I guess they're going to release a season 3. I guess it was announced some Rainbow Six Siege championship thing or something. It was announced somewhere. I was hearing about it. I guess they're going to be releasing season 3. We should see some information on it here pretty soon, because they usually start in Q1 of the year with the first package. So, if you are interested, check it out. It's just a fun game. I still love playing Terrorist Hunt. And if anybody wants to just play Terrorist Hunt, hit me up. I'm your guy. I don't do the multiplayer in that, but I will play Terrorist Hunt day and night. So, well, at night. Got to play at night. So, if you see me during the day, that's yeah, I can't play during the day because I can't talk on a headset, and sometimes often I get pulled away. So.
In the
To
middle of
do what I'm
things.
supposed to be doing during the day. So, if you see me online, it's during the day. I'm usually not playing, or I have a few
You're
minutes.
just testing the controller.
I have a few minutes in between meetings, or I'm on my lunch or something. So anyways, that's what I've been playing this week. So let's go figure out how to do this. Patreon. You can support us at Patreon by going to thisxboxlife.com/Patreon. Allows you to donate to the show any kind of amount you want on a monthly basis. So um, it's up to you and what you want to do, and we really appreciate those that do support us this way. If you want to leave a one-time tip, you can go to thisxboxlife.com/donate and tip us that way as well. All help to the show is appreciated, and we really do appreciate you guys continuing to support us. You can also subscribe to us on our Twitch channel just by hitting the subscribe button up at the top. I think I need to see. Oh, I can't check right now because I'm logged in as us. But if you're Prime member, if you are an Amazon Prime member, you get one free subscription every month. So you can subscribe to us every month if you wish. All right. So moving on. Computer Roundtable. Wow, what did that do? Change the zoom on my other page. So first thing up is Destiny 2. So before before I necessarily jump into Destiny 2, have you noticed, Rob, that it seems everybody's angry at the developers and publishers and just kind of the game industry in general lately?
Yeah, you don't want to anger the mob. That's for sure.
Yeah, but we keep supporting
I
the.
was about to say they're angry, but they play anyway.
I hate you. Here, take my money. So, Destiny 2 is now getting some hate. I guess they're coming under fire from the player base, and I guess this is to some additional restrictions that are imposed by the Curse of the Osiris expansion, which has raised the power levels necessary for prestige strikes beyond the capacity of vanilla Destiny 2 players. And I know Brun was talking about this, I think, last week, if I recall. And it's like when what they're doing is, so you get the game, you buy Destiny 2, you got all these heroic strikes, nightfall strikes, raids, whatever, all these things you can kind of go and do like every day, right? But when
Yeah,
this DLC comes out, they basically have locked it to, well, now you have to have the DLC to do these nightfall strikes and these heroic strikes, and a lot of the daily stuff is now locked to someone who didn't buy more content. So again, it's just another way of these people to try to force more money out of our pocket. And what's really bad about this in this situation is that you paid $60 for the game, and before this DLC came out, you had all that content available to you. So then when the DLC came out, they took away content from you that you used to have access to. And I really think, again, I don't know what these companies are doing or what they're thinking, but I feel like we're kind of hitting the end of this year has really been a lot of people really mad at EA and now Bungie and well, this is Activision, um, for doing this type of stuff. And we've heard from Take Two that says loot boxes are going to be in every game we put out, which, um, if I recall, well, no, that's a Rockstar game. But you know, there's only so much money we have, people. The economy is not that great, and I don't have an endless cash flow. And it's like they want everybody to play their game, but they're kind of, I think, hosing them at the same time, trying to be political or PG here. Um, I don't know, Rob. What do you think that this is a smart move for them to give people something, and then if they don't upgrade, they take away part of the game that they already paid for?
yeah. The way things are going lately, I just don't know. These companies are like pushing the boundaries in almost every single manner possible. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, you paid $60 for the game. That's not enough. You got to pay more. Okay, you don't want to? Okay, you're going to suffer by, leveling up slowly or something like that. But you always have the chance to go quicker. You do want it, don't you? It's disappointing. Don't you just want to like pay the like be like how it was in the old days, which was a mere just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
In the old days where you pay your $60 and you get the whole game. Doesn't that sound magical? Doesn't it sound like a fairy tale now?
Yeah, it does. But I'm fine with paying $60, and I'm fine with paying for downloadable content. I like
Sure.
that. I like that there's games that allow me to go back and play again, like Wildlands. I loved the Fallen Ghost DLC pack. That was fantastic. Narco Road, not so well, but I still played both. Forza Horizon 3 has that Blizzard Mountain and the Hot Wheels.
Oh
And
yeah.
Hot Wheels was a blast. I bought
Yeah.
I bought and played just that one, and then not long ago I was like, I should play this. I paid for it. I should go play this Blizzard Mountain one, and that was pretty insane. Trying to drive through a blizzard, I was like, holy crap! And I loved it. It was like, but the thing is like none of those DLCs in either of those games locked anybody out from the original content if they didn't buy the DLC. And there was
Yeah.
there's no loot boxes or like, well, we're gonna if you give us more money, we're gonna make it so that you own on multiplayer. You know, so and it's like they're fracturing the player base. They're just making people like I don't even want to play multiplayer. And then this is in a time frame right after they doing all this, right after it was kind of come out said a few months ago that a lot of these companies are going away from single player games. You know, because
Yeah.
and why is that? Because the money really is in the multiplayer. They've got more control. They can force you to, well, if this other guy's got this gun and you didn't get it, you can pay us for it and you can have it too. That's not going to work in a single player environment. It just doesn't work. There's really
Right.
no
Right.
more money coming from that. And people are like, well, I don't, a lot of people don't buy single player games because it's like I play through it once and I'm done and it's not worth $60. I'd rather play Call of Duty where I can play for, 800 hours and really get value for my money. Um, and I've even liked the way Call of Duty's done it. It's like, theirs is just like tons of customizations. And I'll watch the chat in case I'm getting something wrong. I haven't played the latest Call of Duty, so I don't know about World War II. But in the past, it seems like everything was paint skins and stuff like that, and there was a ton of money you could dump into it. Same with Rainbow Six Siege. There's a lot of money you can dump into customization of charms and color, skins and stuff. And now they've added hats and uniforms for the characters, but none of it affects gameplay. And that's the big thing. Like with what EA's done and what they're doing, what 2K's going to do. I'm a little concerned about Borderlands 3 because that's published by 2K, and they already kind of had their little loot boxes, but
Yeah.
it was built into the game. Like you got those golden keys, and they give away
It was
tons of those things.
innocent.
Yeah, it was, but now it's like, okay, now is it going to be tied to real world money? And is that the only way I'm going to be able to open those things? And I have a feeling, yeah, because 2K said there's going to be loot boxes and everything. And when they start doing that, and every game now is like this mobile model as well of, well, if you log in every day, we give you this. And there's two games right now I log into every day, just try to get my credits and my extra stuff. But it's like with Battlefront 2, I log in, I get my 5 freaking credits. I need 10,000 to unlock Palpatine. I'm like at 8,000. So and I'm getting like, okay, so the credits, I think I get like 10 to 15 crafting parts, and then I get maybe 100 credits. Okay, so it's gonna take me a long time of not, obviously I need to play the game, but it's kind of a joke to even log in and get them, and I don't know how long I'm gonna keep doing it, but I hate that model. I hate that, we're going to rope you in and give you this paltry little piece of credit to make you think you're getting something just to come in and launch our game. And then, and what they're doing on the back end is going, well, look, we have all these people playing our game every day. Well, no, you have half of us are just logging in to get your stupid credits daily,
Right.
and it's that annoys me. This is not a mobile platform. This isn't, and everything's got the multiple currencies and everything's got timers now. Like the daily limit comes up. Oh, you can get more of these in 15 hours, and the arcade you're only allowed to get so many credits on that. Even though they increased it, I still can't sit and play arcade mode all day long and get credits for completing those. They've locked it down. You can only do it so much, and it reminds me of like, all these mobile games of like, oh, you need more hearts. Ask your friends, and it's like I don't want our console PC gaming world to go the route of the mobile tablet, you know,
Yeah.
gaming
It's
because
it's
that
like a step
sucks.
down.
Yeah, it's like it's going backwards, but they're doing it just to monetize everything, and it annoys me. Um, Absolutely terrible.
Maybe they wouldn't do it if the games cost like $800 each.
Well, that's the whole thing too. Is they're saying, well, it costs more to make these. It doesn't. They've we I think we talked about it last week. Costs are way down. They're spending a lot less money on developing these games nowadays than they did 10 years ago.
Right.
So that's a bunch of garbage from them. They're going to say whatever they can. Oh, well, this is our excuse, and it's like, no, that's a bunch of garbage. You're just lying to us. And I honestly myself, I'm really tired of it. And
Yeah.
it's getting to a point where I don't know if I want to buy stuff anymore. You know, I bought Battlefront 2 before all this happened, not knowing this is what it was like. And I like the game. I absolutely like the game. I hate what they've done to it. That whole progression system, everything locked and tied to you spending more and more money, and other games are doing it, and it's just like, hmm. It's to the point where it's like, okay, well, my next game that I'm really looking forward to is Far Cry 5, but
Okay.
I'm like, okay, are they going to do that to that game? Hopefully not. It's a single player game. I mean, you got co-op and you can work together and friends and stuff, but I don't want that crap in those games. And if they put that type of stuff in, I think I'm just gonna have to say, all right, guys, I'm done. You know, I can put my money elsewhere. There's like my retirement. I should be saving for retirement instead of buying all these stupid video games. There's just things we can do much better. Go out and spend time with our family and spend it on them. And I have no problem doing that. And I don't know if it's, I don't know. It's just I hope the industry they need to wake up, and us as consumers and gamers have got to pay attention and realize where all this is going. It's our fault. It's their fault for pushing it, but it's our fault as well for paying into it, buying into it, and not raising any concerns. Um, we have to speak with our wallets. That's the only thing that's going to make a difference. Um, so, anyways, enough of that's only our first story.
Yeah.
But it does lead into my next one, which is Player Unknown's Battlegrounds is coming to Xbox this coming Tuesday. And they, oh, wait, am I in the wrong story? Well, anyways, they
No,
stated,
that's right.
I don't have that story, but I will. So this was a little different. They have stated that that PUBG will never have game-changing loot boxes. So they've made a statement that they're not going to have content that you can purchase to make your character more powerful in game type of thing.
So they're going to have something else
I would
that's going to be
imagine
the
they're.
same.
Well, I know that game does like you earn credits for playing and doing things. So you do earn credits and you can buy like clothing and stuff, but it's all cosmetics. And I think if
Hmm.
a game
Yeah.
like PUBG is huge, it has a huge following. Fortnite's got a huge following. I watched a guy on Twitch or on Mixer one day, actually, dump like $20 in to buy coins to buy a pickaxe that it was a flamingo. Like it didn't do anything. It was the same. Like what it does in the game is the same. He's running around with a pink flamingo. If you get people that love your game like that, they're gonna buy the stuff like that. You're gonna make money on content like that. Trying to force the consumer into this down this road of continuing paying the companies, they're going to get kickback, and they've already seen that with lackadaisical sales of Battlefront 2, and that's what it's going to take seriously. But so PUBG has said they're not going to do it, but they do right now today. You can buy cosmetic pack. They've got one available. If you look it up in the store, it's $10, which is crazy. But you can get the PUBG Warrior pack, and it comes with what is it? Where is it? Blah blah blah. Can't find it in the article now. Oh, it includes 4 items: a hat, so I don't know how to even say it, balaclava hat, camo T-shirt, pants, and tennis shoes for $10. I'm like, no thanks. um, that's ridiculous. I think. But you can buy that already. There's also going to be a PUBG tracksuit available December 21st through the 24th for $4.99. And then there's the PUBG accessory pack available December 14th through the 17th for another $4.99. But and these are all supposedly limited edition packs. So, but those 3 packs will cost you $20. The game's like $30. So, you know, I think it's kind of crazy, but it's like that's fine if they want to do it. People want to spend the money and promote. That's great. It doesn't impact the game in any way. So, I'm all cool with that. But I'm skipping that. I'm saving the money to buy the game.
Hmm.
Um, GTA 5, or I'm sorry, GTA Online. They've got it's called the Doomsday Heist update. Is coming this coming week. So on Tuesday, December 12th. This will be on PS4, Xbox One, and PC versions of the game. Um, it's going to be an epic new heist activity. It's going to add new vehicles, equipment to GTA 5's multiplayer mode. All previous updates to GTA Online have been free, so we're assuming that this one will be free as well. I would say probably so. They're making bank, big time. I get they're just rolling in the dough on GTA Online, but it looks to be so. The heist itself looks to be an even less a serious approach to high crime that we've seen in the previous or what we've seen so far. The trailer includes an existential threat on Los Santos, um, an AI called Clifford, futuristic jetpacks and tanks, and most excitingly, flying DeLorean style and submersible Lotus Esprit style cars. Yeah, that made me think of that James Bond movie when I saw that trailer. So, but that's coming out on this coming Tuesday as well. So if you're into GTA, you have that to look forward to. I mentioned PUBG. Also, so the 1.0 version for PC also got a release date, and that was December 20th. So on December 20th for PC, PUBG is going to come out of early access and be the 1.0 release. And if you guys saw the awards show this past week, they did show off the desert map, and it looks really good. Did you get a chance to see that, Rob?
The show, the word show.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah,
or
no,
the
no,
that
I didn't.
map, the PUBG desert map.
I saw it. I didn't see it. If that makes
Okay,
sense.
all right. No worries. I'll let you slide on this one.
Okay. I
It looks good. I thought it looked really nice. I don't know how many maps they're going to ship with on the 20th. Might just be the two, because I think there's only one that everybody's been playing on this whole time. And then they talked about a desert map and the new desert map. So I don't know if that means there's only two maps in the game at shipment or on the when it goes on the 20th, but they'll have at least those two. All right, let's see. Last, or not lastly, but another announcement that came out of the award show was that Soul Calibur 6 has been announced, and for coming out sometime in 2018. I don't see an actual date. It just said in 2018, and this will be on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So Calibur 6 is
yeah.
returning. Far Cry 5, I mentioned that earlier. This has been delayed by 1 month. So it's going to come out in, I think it was March instead of February. It was originally supposed to be out in February 27th. Yeah, so Far Cry 5 is pushed back 1 month to March 27th. And then the Crew 2 is also going to be released sometime in the first half of 2018-2019 fiscal year rather than in March. So it'll probably be somewhere between April 1st of 2018 and March 31st of 2019 for the Crew 2. So,
Nice.
yeah, I got basically a whole year. But Far Cry 5 is just 1 month. So I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Because that game's the one I'm looking forward to so far for the new year.
Right. It looks really good though.
All right. Next update. I know I'm doing a lot of talking. Sorry. Unless you want to take some of these, Rob, but I know I threw these up here.
No, you go ahead.
So Tom Clancy's The Division. They got a new update 1.8, and it's all going to be free. This is all free content. So they've opened up a new area. It's called the West Side Pier. They also add a new PvP mode called Skirmish. This is a team of 4 agents compete against each other to get the highest number of kills before the timer expires. There's Rogue 2.0, so they overhauled the Rogue system in the Dark Zone, and there's a new PVE mode called Resistance. Resistance is where factions are teaming up for the first time to fight against division agents, enemies, NPCs. They continuously spawn in waves, so it sounds like a horde mode. There's new changes to the underground, and there's a new feature called Optimization Station. So all these things are free in the update for the division. So if you haven't played for a while, you might want to check it out, see what's happening there. Two more quick things that I have before I turn it over to Rob. Dead Rising 4 has all new content and Xbox One X enhanced updates. Uh, so, just, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Um, so if
Was
you
this the
haven't,
game that they were going to do a battle royale thing on, or was this, or that am I confusing it with another one?
I didn't hear about that. Man,
I
I hope
thought
I.
there was another game that they were going to do a battle royale on. I thought it was Dead Rising.
I don't think
I
that'll be very
must,
good.
yeah, I must be incorrect on that.
Okay, so let me see. They're going to return. Okay, so let's see. So this says the team is already working on bringing out new Capcom Heroes game mode to Dead Rising 4, and we had a list of things we wanted to bring to the game after its launch that has been crafted in consultation with our passionate fan base. So while working on these decisions, we wanted to make our update to support Xbox One X something special. It went beyond just being able to render more zombies. We wanted to push the visual quality and performance of Dead Rising 4 beyond anything the series has seen so far. That is particularly important in Capcom Heroes, the all new game mode that is coming free to all owners of Dead Rising 4 on December 5th, which was 5 days ago. I guess I should check it out. This will allow players a new way to play the game. In Capcom Heroes, Frank West can don the costumes and abilities of some of Capcom's greatest characters. Power up Frank as he becomes X from Mega Man, Dante from Devil May Cry, Street Fighter's Ryu, Adam the Clown from the very first Dead Rising game, and many more. Uh, Okay. Working on improving the game for the X, our team's focus was on higher resolution textures for a crisper look and extended the LOD distance while maintaining frame rate. Uh, so they're look for those types of things, which I think we already expect. But so that's free to owners of Dead Rising 4. And then the last thing. So going back to the awards, the I was really disappointed that this award show took place in the Microsoft Theater. And, the Xbox Wire was like, oh, Xbox takes home honors at the Game Awards. So they talked about how Forza 7 got Best Sports Racing Game. Um, Cuphead won Best Art Direction and Best Debut Indie Game, which is awesome.
Okay, yeah,
They talked about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds got Best Multiplayer Game. But
yeah, makes
that has
sense.
nothing to do with the Xbox
Yeah,
because it's not on it yet, and that's a PC game. And yes, I know it's a Windows,
yeah.
but they're touting that as well, which is not something that they don't have an exclusive on it. As far as we know, this is coming to other platforms as well. So, and they didn't do anything at this show other than show PUBG. And we saw Cuphead and when they won their awards, but there was nothing. And it's like Sony and Nintendo owned the Game Awards. There was ads and all kinds of game announcements and things that were brand new that are coming out, and Xbox was silent as could be. I saw Major Nelson sitting in the front row, and I was just thinking, dude, you know, how come you guys aren't doing anything? Where's your announcements? Where's some info on the game that shall not be named? Um, where's the next big thing? Why couldn't you have one little teaser out there? Um, Something to excite us about 2018. They didn't even pimp the Xbox One X. I was like, you didn't even mention it. It didn't even have an ad run for it. It was like I just thought it was really pathetic myself. But there was some awards, but it was just not much. Nintendo and Sony took pretty much everything. So,
What was the game of the year this year?
yeah, Zelda. I think it was Zelda.
Yeah,
So yeah,
figures.
which I thought it was funny because I was sitting there talking with Hawk and Wrangler Actual. We were all in a party watching it together and talking about it, and I think one of the other two guys was like, it's either Zelda or Mario. They're like, it's going to be one of
Yeah.
the two, and it was Zelda. And I was like, yeah, Nintendo's probably kicking themselves. They should have held Mario off until next year so that they could win 2 awards in a row.
Yeah.
so,
Or maybe it'll win next year.
so,
Anyway.
yeah, it might be. Who knows? But that's the stories that I had this week. See, with Brun gone, we got to do a lot more. But I don't know. Did I take up too many from your recap, Rob? Hopefully
No,
not.
no, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. So, a couple things to add, if I can find them wherever they are here. Here it is. So, first up, this is kind of cool. Square Enix confirmed that there's going to be a new Tomb Raider game coming. So they had it was a tweet. Yeah. So they had a tweet that they released that said Square Enix is excited to share some big news with you next year. Honestly, we wish we could share it with you right now, but we're taking a new approach this time. A new Tomb Raider game is coming. Driven by our goal of putting our fans first, we want you to know that it won't be very long between the official reveal and when you can play. Our journey together will begin with a major event in 2018. We simply can't wait to take you on Lara Croft's defining adventure. So they posted that, and the interesting thing about that some very observant people noticed is that the first letter of all of those sentences combined spells out the word shadow. And people are thinking that the game is going to be called Shadow of the Tomb Raider or something along those lines.
Dude, we've known that name for a long time.
Yep, yep. So it's
Okay.
confirmed yet again, I guess.
Okay.
Because I know that was part of the leak from last year or whatever.
Yeah, wasn't it someone was on a
Mm-hmm.
train or saw a bus and they took a
Yeah,
screenshot of their laptop that said Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
yeah, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
Remember that now. But yeah, so here's another way it spells out shadow. So there we go. And then one interesting thing here, I think has been talked about a little bit, is that PUBG, is coming out in 2 days. Actually, it freaked me out because today I got a notice from my credit card company that Amazon charged me. I'm like, did somebody hack my account?
Yeah.
What did they charge me for? And I pre-ordered PUBG through them. So it's coming. It's coming here in just a mere 2 days.
yeah.
But yeah, PUBG has gotten a ton of help from Microsoft Studios, including the Coalition. Basically, it's kind of like all hands down trying to help get PUBG up and running on the Xbox platform. So that's kind of cool that I guess multiple studios have actually collaborated to help bring this game to the Xbox. I guess that's to bring it to the Xbox in a hurry. So that was kind of neat. And then also, it looks like all Mega Man X games are going to be coming to the Xbox One, and they announced Mega Man 11. So for the folks that like your side-scrolling games, this is coming here in the near future. It's going to be like a 2D 3D mix, from what I remember, because I saw a thing on YouTube the other day. It's like a 2D platformer, but the characters are 3D, so it's a little bit of a different mix. And that's all I've got.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So
one more thing. Last thing here was, I'm skipping this, is 2 more titles were added to the backwards compatibility list: Earth Defense Force 2017 and Sonic Adventure 2. So available on an Xbox One X. or Xbox One near you. Okay, now I'm done.
All right. So I don't have a an image yet, but I think we're going to try this out, and I think we're going to put it in. I'm going to create a new section to the show. It's going to be called Wings Rant of the Week. So Jesus was talking on our Facebook group that he was listening to some of our old shows, and he misses my rants. And of course, uh, Sean, Mister, they call me Imes, was when I was on Horrible Gamers a couple weeks ago. He was like, "I want to hear Wing rant on anything," and so people seem to like to hear me rant. Now I don't think I'm gonna get crazy and stupid and just like screaming and hollering. I was kind of already ranting earlier, but I'm gonna try to do a weekly rant.
Oh,
Maybe
jeez.
it'll be 30 seconds long. Maybe it'll be 30 minutes long. It's gonna depend. Hey, I'm not always mad, but I
Yeah, I
thought
was gonna say, like, are you
so.
gonna like on the slow weeks? Are you gonna complain about chicken nuggets or something?
I don't know. People want to hear me rant, so it might not always be gaming related.
There you go,
I might have to rant about the fact that I can't get a McRib
McRib.
out here in Washington.
Are you serious? They didn't have them out there at all,
They don't have them out here, so
at
the only
all,
reason
ever.
they don't, I don't know, they just don't do them anymore. I don't know why. I've even asked the manager about it,
Lame.
but
And he goes, "What's a McRib?"
I'm like, dude, you need these and you need those steak, egg, and cheese bagels as well.
They don't have that.
They don't have they don't even have bagels at all out here from McDonald's.
Really?
And I'm like, dude, that's like the greatest breakfast sandwich in the world. Is that steak, egg, and
Wait,
cheese
is it
bagel?
because you're so close to Canada?
No, they don't have them on the West Coast. They didn't have them down in Arizona when I lived there either. It's just,
Really?
yeah, people out here are stupid.
That's
So
like a different country over there,
it
though.
is, man. It's a whole different world. But
Did they have the
anyways,
chickens, those chicken buttermilk tender things?
I think so
Yeah.
because I keep seeing signs saying we have no tenders.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm
I saw those.
who
They
makes
ran out or
those?
something.
Yeah, so I guess that must be something new.
And my son tried him. He gave him a big old thumbs down, by the way.
Yeah.
And he's a chicken tender and nugget aficionado.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. So to get into the inaugural rant of the week, this was a perfect time to do it because I was really upset over something this week. So you said you didn't watch the Game Awards, correct?
No, not yet.
Okay. You know, and this is something that I've noticed in the VGA. It used to be called the Video Game Awards. Now it's the Game Awards. Um, that it's always annoyed me, and same at E3. I can't let my kids watch the press conferences. Like Ubisoft's is really bad about, people coming out and just cursing and swearing. And uh, I know it was Aisha Tyler did it last year, just came out and just, right off the bat, first thing she said was this massive profanity just because she could. And then she even kind of alluded to that in the Game Awards this year. She's like, I know you want me to say it, but I'm not gonna this time. But they had a guy, and there was lots of different people throughout the awards that are just, cursing I mean, I'm not offended by it. Okay, I mean, I use it myself when I get mad playing a game or something, but I don't want my kids to hear it. And
Exactly.
when I find it just so irritating and frustrating that my kids who love to play video games and hello are going to be future customers to this industry. I've got 3 future customers of this industry. And I can't allow them to watch the Game Awards because of the content that's there. And I guess this stands to why it's not streamed on TV or why they don't do it on TV either.
Yeah.
Because and there's
'Cause
no
wasn't it on Spike before?
it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they don't. That's not on television anymore. And I
Yeah.
guess that allows them the freedom to say anything they want or show anything they want. And it's like, yeah, but you're cutting out a huge audience. If my kids watch it, they're like, "Ooh, Dad, I got to get a Switch." They would have seen the Switch. They would have seen the games on there. I mean, in one way, I'm glad because now I don't have to hear them, going, "I want this, I want this, I want this." But it's sad because I love video games. I love this. I'm podcasting every week. I watch the awards show, and I couldn't have my kids come in and watch it with me. And it would have been great to have them sit there and watch that with me. And that proved my point. They had a guy, and he was the worst offender. Um, Partway through the show, this guy named Joseph Fares. He's the creator of the game called A Way Out, and he's also done A Brother, A Tale of Two Sons. Um, he
Oh yeah.
just went off, dude, cursing and swearing, just dropping the f bomb like every other sentence. Just he got it, you could tell that Jeff Keighley was just super uncomfortable and not happy because he completely went off track and like took over. Wouldn't even let Jeff speak. Jeff was trying to go. Let's get the trailer. Let's get to your game. He was trying to. He knows they're live. He's trying to get the guy going. And the guy just like didn't care, and he was so vulgar. It was ridiculous. And I'll say this: the what not only the fact that I can't even allow my kids to watch a game award show. That's pathetic. I will not buy this guy's game because this is the kind of moron that he is. I don't care if he makes the greatest game ever made. He will not get my money. And even if, like I said, if I liked his game, this right here, that instant of watching him turned me off from his game. Completely turned me off. I'm like, this guy is a moron. I would no
Mm,
way support this guy in any way. And it's like I don't get
yeah.
what these people like. They're it's like I think the video game industry is becoming like the Hollywood elite, where they think their crap doesn't smell and they can get away with anything and say anything. And it's like, I really want the gaming community to stand up and say, we're tired of it. We're tired of you, taking this industry to be, basically almost pornographic. Okay. So that our children, most people, there's a lot of people in our community that have reached out to us and said, we love listening to your show. We thank you that. I'm glad you keep it clean because I can have my kids can listen to it, you know? And it's nice that they always know we're safe. Their kids can listen to us and hear about Xbox and stuff like that. And it doesn't mean that, oh, well, you're a prude or you just, you just need to get with the times. No, they're kids.
Right, right.
Swearing doesn't improve anybody's life in any way. And it's just not needed on an award show. And I'm
You
really
know,
upset that, they allow it to happen. I want my kids to watch it. And I think I'm going to figure out a way to try to send a letter to Jeff Keighley and say, dude, you are missing out by allowing this because I can't let my kids watch. And if my kids were watching, I'd probably have a few extra games out here under the tree, being pointed in that way because now they're being made aware of it. Ugh. It's just ridiculous.
that kind of reminds me of our youth, your youths a little bit. Like when we go to the concerts
Uh-huh.
and the guy talking up on stage would swear and then the crowd would go, "Yeah!" Do you remember that? I mean, it's like that juvenile
Yes.
reaction. And I
Yes.
mean, are they really looking for that? You know, are you have to stoop that low?
But what's sad is, and here's the real kicker: is it pathetic that they do it, or is it sad and pathetic that so many people respond to it like it's a great thing?
All of the above.
It's just I worry about, or I honestly worry about society and where we're going, and it's just, I know this happens all the time. At one point the waltz used to be considered like demonic dancing or something, and you look at the waltz and you're like, what? Ballroom
Whoa.
dancing used to be considered evil. You know, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
Elvis Presley was considered horrible because he moved his,
Oh, he was like,
thrusted his hips, and
whoa.
it's just, yeah, and now it's like, oh, then it's movies and music and video games and everything is satanic and everything is evil. And I'm not trying to be like that. That's not my point. There is a lot of bad
Hmm.
and everything, but there is good in games and media and movies, and there can be good and there is good out there. when you have a show like this, I would expect an award show to be something that everybody should be able to sit and watch. I shouldn't have to be offended
Right.
or or say, kids, you have to leave because they just think they need to say the F word all the time. It's just not needed. It's just not. So,
Nope.
Keely, please, if for somehow you hear this, or please change that for next year. I would really be happy to be able to sit down with my family and watch your award show. But as it is, I can't. And the only reason I actually do watch it now is because I do this show. But it's very well likely that if things don't change, next year will probably be the last time I watch it. Because I just don't need that. I don't need it in my life. My kids don't need it. It's not that important. I can read about the stuff without the profanity online later.
Exactly.
See, not a big rant. Not I know Iams will be upset.
It
I'm
was,
not yelling and screaming, but this is what it's going to be. It's going to be I'm going to get on a soapbox for just a minute or two and say, "Hey, I don't like this." So, all right.
color
Here
Wing Thinks.
here ended the rant. All right. So let's go into the community. You can reach out to us at our website at thesexualselect.com. You can send us a voicemail by clicking send voicemail on the right side of the website. And I didn't change that. We don't have a voicemail this week. I forgot to move that, but I do have a giveaway. So I did ask a question in the chat on Twitch. Does anyone here play GTA 5? Don't see anybody who does. But all right, if you do play GTA 5, Hawk has graciously given us it's a Card Shark 500,000 in-game currency. So this is a code for that. So if you do play GTA 5, then grab this code. And here we go. It's GQ39C CH74P K6C3P 4KGKG PQ7HZ. That is for GTA 5 Card Shark 500,000 in. Thank you very much, Hawk. All right. We did get okay, and you can also send us emails. I talked about voicemail. We love voicemails. You can send us an email as well. Contact at thesexboxlife.com. Rob, we did get one from one of our buddies down in Australia.
Yes, we did. So we got a message from Dixie Turner. And Dixie Turner wrote in a shakeup for Forza Motorsport Series. Good day, team. I am two-thirds through the career mode in Forza Horizon 7 and enjoy being reacquainted with some of the tracks through previous installations. The latest patch, around 2 gig, has made the environment even more natural, but I'm in a rut. I think that the next Forza edition should have composite bitumen and dirt tracks, as were famous in Britain with their motorsports, when their motorsports were first televised in color. Firstly, a player should begin with a stock car that is proficient in neither terrain. They should be encouraged to tune and later modify their car so it becomes more capable to either terrain, or a concession to those part dirt, part bitumen tracks. This would get the user to buy into the tuning workshop in Forza, which is easy to ignore by simply getting another car. Secondly, the user should earn money through sponsorship, and the sponsorship should be placed on driver's uniform and car. This gets the player to customize the appearance of the car and to identify with the car rather than having a stable of vanilla cars. Thirdly, the driver should then have their career mode skewed towards their sponsor. A car tuned for dirt would attract agricultural sponsors and cowboy clothing sponsors, etc. This is a game. The career of the driver would then skew towards hill climb tracks, etc., to perhaps four-wheel drive, dirt tracks, or forest rally courses. Think of the new tracks we would see, rather than the world-famous tracks appearing each time. The player could start career progression again and aim for an urban bitumen profile with urban decals, sponsors such as Metro Nightclub Rave Party. Finally, a player would be able to join a league for online play. Each league would be either dirt, bitumen, or composite. That's an interesting take. I could see them progressing into into something like that in the future.
I don't like the idea of forcing you into the tuning. Um, I don't
Yeah,
enjoy that part. I skip it.
yeah,
I never deal with the tuning, but I get what he's saying. It would be a way. It'd probably be cool to if they had a way to teach people like what these tunes do and how it affects it. You know, they would have to have some kind of way. They're going to force you to it. They're going to have to train you about it. Um, because I'm just, I don't know how tire pressure affects the car, and I know there's different. You want difference on the fronts and the backs, or you might want different tire pressures on the left side compared to the right side for how you're turning, and there's a lot to it. It's definitely involved. So I wouldn't want to be forced into it, but I like the idea of
right.
like earning sponsorships and stuff. And I've played other games where that's what happened. Like I can't remember what the game was. It might have been Grid, where as you moved up, you could get different sponsors, and then their stickers and stuff would be on your car and your uniform. I've seen
Hmm.
that in other games too, and I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, but yeah, cool. Appreciate the comments.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what else we've got. So you can reach us, follow us on Twitter. Um, Run is the one that usually does all our posting. I have nothing to do with that. And Facebook, we that's where all our community sounds off, and we communicate back and forth on the Facebook group. So thisxboxlife.com/Facebook will get you to our group. And then let's see. Next is what's coming out next week. So what can we spend our money on using our Amazon affiliate link? What can we buy? What can they buy next week, Rob?
Okay. So I think there's only really one notable thing this coming week, and that is on December 12th, Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. So PUBG is coming out, console launch exclusive, Xbox One enhanced, and game preview all in one. Also, same day, December 12th, we have Okami HD, and the following day, Night in the Woods on the 13th. Then on the 15th, Lost Grimoires 2, Shard of Mystery. We also have Circuits. This one looks sort of interesting. I actually like circuit games, like computer electronic circuits. This is some kind of music game. I don't know what to make of this. I haven't looked into it a whole lot. But it's out on the 15th. Also on the 15th, we have Future War Reborn, Hammerwatch, It's Quiz Time, and
Yes.
Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Yeah, Ultimate Chicken Horse, baby.
Do you know about this one?
I have no idea. It's just a cool name,
Okay.
and I love the little image there with the little tiny horse and the chicken, and
Yeah,
then a raccoon and a sheep.
it's like Peppa Pig or something.
I'm like Ultimate Chicken
Hello,
Horse.
Daddy.
The party
Daddy Pig.
platformer game. So,
Yes. Yes. So that's it for this week. And then Games with Gold is going to be switching up when? It's on
on
Friday, Saturday. Friday, Saturday. Yeah,
Friday's the
so
15th. Yeah.
so Xbox One We have through Friday Tales of the Borderlands. This is the Telltale game. Make sure to grab this one if you don't have it already. And starting at the beginning of the month was Warhammer End of Tides of Vermintide. So that is going to be going through the end of the month. So you still have time on that one. And up new, fresh, and exciting on December 16th, we have Back to the Future, the game 30th anniversary edition.
Dude, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
That's finally games with gold that I'm wanting.
hmm And then Xbox 360 and backwards compatible. We have finishing up this week Child of Eden and brand new on the 16th, Marlowe Briggs and the Mask of Death.
That Child of Eden game is weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Did you give it another chance? Because you were saying you didn't even know what was going on.
No, I didn't. I'm like, nah. I'm done with it. So, too weird for my taste.
Yep. And then lastly, if you're an iTunes user, make sure to find our podcast on there. Give us a 5-star rating. That's another way you can support the show. The more 5-star reviews that we get, the more we get bumped up in the rankings over there. And with it being holiday time, if you're going to be purchasing any gifts for friends or, I don't know, podcast hosts that you know, whatever it might be, and you're going to be using Amazon, make sure to use our affiliate link. You can find that on our website, thisxboxlife.com, or you can go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. It'll take you to a landing page where you can then just click on the US store or the UK store, take you to the appropriate one for your region over there, and search to your heart's content, purchase to your heart's content, whatever you want to do. Does not cost you anything extra. We just get a little finder's fee for sending you their way. That's another great way to support the show. Just make sure to do that each and every time you make your purchases on Amazon, because it's per purchase or 24 hours, I believe. And that's it for me. Do you have anything else, Mark?
I got nothing. So thank you for coming out. Brun will be back next week. And next week, we're planning to do our Game of the Year show. So that's where we, the three of us, will each talk about what our favorite games were in different categories.
Sure.
The difference about that is we only pick our Game of the Year based on games that we have played. So if the three of us have not played Madden 18, then it will not make it as our favorite sports game. So it's just that's the way we do it. We don't go based on sales. We don't go based on what other shows or other sites do their lists. We tell you what we have played this year and have enjoyed the most. So it's kind of fun, and we'll do a quick what we're looking forward to most in 2018. So come back next week, and I believe that will be the last show of the year for us. Let me double check my calendar before we go. So yes, the 17th will be our last show next Sunday, because then the following Sunday is Christmas Eve. So, and then the following week is New Year's Eve. So I think we're going to look for us. Our next show after the 17th will be January 1st. I believe we're gonna record.
That's Monday.
Evening. It'll be a Monday, but we are going to get a show in that week. But we're going to not do it on New Year's Eve. No one's going to be listening to us anyways. Everyone's going to be out partying, and so we'll do it on the Monday after you guys have all woken up from your night of partying. But we will be here next week.
Yeah, so they can just turn on the podcast and then pull the covers over their head and as they're laying, and they can just listen to the show like off in the distance.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mark, one quick question for you about our award show next week. Do we swear a lot on that show, or are we family friendly?
We are family friendly award show.
There you go. That's an important distinction between us and that lame show.
Yeah. So exactly. So come back next week, and we'll have the whole crew here. We appreciate you tuning in every week. I am Mark, aka Wingman 709, taking off.
And I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody.